Let's talk about grades. You know, here's what I'll say about Amarius Mims. Because, we love Amarius Mims on this channel, right? And I'm really excited about his future with us and how well he's going to develop. He got a 42.3 offensive grade, or pass blocking grade in this last game. But what really isn't on here is how many times he held Micah Parsons. That man held Micah Parsons all flipping night. So, listen, it's a rookie versus one of the best, okay? And so far this year, Amarius Mims has gone against TJ Watt, held his own. He's gone against Myles Garrett, held his own. And he went against Micah Parsons. Like, if you're ever a right tackle in this league and you're a rookie, that is the three worst situations to ever be in. Those three men. Anyway, Alex Kappa, 44.8, as always. He's just having such a bad season. Like, let's go through Amarius Mims for a second, okay? It's been up and down, okay? It's been ups and downs. He had a stretch right here where he was like half decent. Sucked last week. Started off the year not looking good. Obviously, first 2 weeks not in because Trent Brown goes down. That's kind of a mess. But even Kappa, man. Like, Kappa, he's had a couple. He actually started the season off pretty good. And then he fell off the face of the earth. Like, 9.6. And again, keep in mind, when we're looking at PFF grades, take it with a grain of salt, okay? It's not an indication of exactly science, one for one, how good the player did. But when they have a 9.6 grade, man, that's just embarrassing. That's just flipping embarrassing. 9.6. Oh, yeah. The only worst thing I saw than that was a 0. And that was our boy, what's his name? That was our boy, Cordell Volson last year. So, Cody Ford, 60.1. It says left guard position, but he was literally lined up as left tackle the whole game because Orlando Brown was out. And he did not look good at left tackle, which is actually not surprising in the slightest. If you watch it throughout this whole entire season, they kept putting him at left tackle due to injury. And he's played every game at either left tackle or right tackle, except for the Pittsburgh game, where he was left guard and he replaced Cordell Volson. And he actually looked pretty competent. But last week, he played left tackle, and again, he kept getting beat off that left-hand side, which is the most dangerous because that's the blind side. You can't get beat off the blind side because your quarterback ends up on his butt or obviously hurt. So that's a situation and a half. Cordell Volson got his job back for one game at left guard, and he actually put up a 60.2, so even when he gets his job back, this guy is freaking putting up a stinker. Obviously, he also had a holding call against him. Like, this offensive line is so insufferable. It really is. And the sad part is, outside of Amarius Mims, I'll give him a pass because he's a rookie. They're just awful. I mean, now Orlando Brown obviously has injury concerns. He's on half of a leg the whole entire season so far. But the rest of this offensive line, I mean, this is just embarrassingly bad. And again, yes, I do believe there is a level of, hey, listen, we got to fire Frank Poe like we do. And I've been saying that. So the cows come home. I'll paint that on my chest. Like, I don't care. I'll get it tattooed on my forehead if we could just get him fired. But there also needs to be a clean house. I mean, I'm not saying you get rid of every offensive lineman. But Amarius Mims, okay, get an actual offensive line coach in here who can do his damn job and can evaluate talent and can actually develop talent. You got Amarius Mims. I think he got a good fundamental for the future. Right guard, Kappa, man, it's to a point where you got to get rid of him. Well, you got to just move on from him. Teddy K, 52 here. I still, and again, we're in the valuation period here, guys. Valuation. Let's figure something out here. Let's put Teddy K at left guard, Matt Lee at center, and do that moving forward. Let's just try it out. What's the worst that could happen? The same result? Like, there's always a motto in life. When you hit rock bottom, the only place you can go is up. We are beyond at rock bottom right now when it comes to this. This is rock bottom times 10. So let's just go up from here, okay? Let's just go up higher. And again, you got to get Orlando. You got to keep Orlando Brown because you can't get out of that contract. Cordell Volson, at this point, he's a lost cause. He's a lost cause. He was last year, started off the season absolutely atrocious, got better second half of the season, but he still wasn't great. We kept him, rinse, cycle, repeat, and now look where we're at right now. We need to get rid of Cordell Volson as well. It needs to, again, the problem is, right, and I say this, but the problem is you can't. Yes, we need get rid of all these guys that suck on the offensive line. Problem is, you have contracts with these guys. They're under contract for multiple years. Getting rid of them is crazy dead money. And number two, you don't have the money to go out there in free agency and completely spend $100 million on new offensive linemen, which they always cost a lot of money. Very important position. You don't have enough money to do that. And if we are we can draft offensive linemen. This upcoming draft isn't the greatest for offensive linemen, but also we have Duke Tobin drafting. And that's like someone taking, random name, putting in a hat, pulling it out, and trying to make a logic of that. He's not good at drafting. Run blocking wise, Kappa actually did have a 71.2. Shout out to him for that. This is why Cam Grandy played so many freaking snaps. He actually can run block. The rest of the offensive line, absolutely dog water. Teddy K, 51.7. Cordell Volson, 53.9, 54.7. I mean, it's getting to a point where just put the mic card out there and see what the mic card can do. It might have better freaking chance of getting someone than that. Run defensive-wise, Jordan Battle actually had a horrific game. Most snaps so far, and he's had a horrific game in the run defense. McKinley Jackson did awful. Jermaine Pratt actually did one of the best in run defense. Oh, God, this is like an oxymoron. Geno Stone, number 2 in run defense. That does not seem logical. Let's go to pass rushing. Trey, obviously, number 1. I mean, all night he was almost to the quarterback and just couldn't get there. Myles Murphy, 48.4. Now, again, this is a good example of a bad example. This is a good example of why you don't trust PFF. Because if you watch the game, while Myles Murphy never got home, he did a lot of good plays where he almost got there. Kind of like Trey in this game. So I look at it, I say 48.4 I think is not truly accurate. If I had to give him a grade for this game, it wouldn't be great. It would be like a 62, 63. But I think that's a lot better of a grade. He just didn't put up the stats, but he was able to actually get around and almost get to the quarterback. Which, again, listen, at the end of the day, almost get to the quarterback means absolutely flipping nothing, right? But for the point he's at right now and how bad he is right now, or has been, almost getting to the quarterback is more progress than we have seen so far, okay? That's more progress, sadly, from a first-round draft pick that we thought was going to be great. Anyway, coverage grade, Mike Hilton sucked and awful. Josh Newton was awful in that game. Ironically enough, Cam Taylor-Britt was great. Geno Stone just had an all-around great game, which still surprised the heck out of me. Moma Jagmita had a 60.8 coverage grade. And I saw a lot of people commenting about Moma Jagmita, about how he missed the block and he's the reason why the punt got blocked. And I get that, right? He messed up on that play. And at the end of the day, he needs to own that mess up, right? Own that F up right there. He missed the block. Punt got blocked because of him. But it's a hustle after the play to still, even though you messed up, you got to redeem yourself. You got to get to the ball. You got to recover the fumble. And he got the play, right? And at the end of the day, you're never going to play perfect in the NFL. And you're going to mess up as a rookie. You will. It's how you recover and how you respond after you mess up. And clearly, he's the one who cost the play, but also saved the play. Shout out to him for that. So, again, I still want to see him get more snaps. I think there's going to be some growing pains, right? He's undrafted. He's an undrafted guy. He's going to have some growing pains. He's not going to be perfect, but I think over time we'll see him get better and better. But you got to play him. You got to play him. Just like Myles Murphy, you got to play Myles Murphy. You got to play Moma Jagmita. And if you don't play him, you're never going to see how good he can get, right? With that being said, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.